Okay, woodworking students, I'm going to demonstrate the cross cut now. I just showed you guys the rip cut on the table saw, but this machine can also cross cut. And when I talk about cross cut, I talk about cutting against the grain. When you cross cut, you never use the fence. You always use something like this, which is a miter gauge, and it slides in the miter groove in the saw. So if you've seen the table in our shop, there's a groove here. That's what this does. In class, I demonstrated the sliding cross-cut fence over on the other saw stop, but today I'm going to show you how to use the miter saw because not all saws have a wonderful sliding table with the cross-cut fence on it, but most saws will have the miter gauge groove, and you can use the miter gauge to achieve that 90-degree cross-cut. And once again, cross-cut is across the grain, not with the grain. I'm going to move the camera around so you guys can see my work a little closer here. Move this down, something like that. Okay, so in the different types of cuts on this saw, you have the rip and the cross cut. When you are cross cutting, you never use the rip fence. So we're going to slide that all the way out of the way. And also one thing that you can do is you can remove the guard and you can remove the anti-kickback dogs. I'm going to keep the riving knife in place because I'm cutting all the way through the wood, and that will just keep the wood separated a little bit. So this machine is really nice because it has a quick release to get these out of the way. But I'm going to put the riving knife back in, this little shark fin guy. This is the splitter. It just keeps the wood away from each other on the back side of the blade. So let's put the throat plate back in. Once again, that's called the throat plate. We will put that back in. And it's got to get in there just right, like this. And just like on the rip, we put our wood up there, make sure that it's protruding about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch over the top of the wood. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply make sure that my miter gauge is set at 90 degrees to the saw blade. And then I am going to hold pressure tight to the table and back into the miter gauge. And as I push it through, I'm going to go all the way through the wood. Left hand will be stationary, just like on the rip, and right hand will be pushing all the way through. The scrap that you cut off will be on the right side of the blade. You don't need to worry about that. That's just going to, be off to the side. We don't need to worry about that. So this is the cross cut. I'll demonstrate it now. Okay, unlike when you rip wood, this piece right here, the scrap can stay there. If the fence was over here, this would pose a pretty high kickback danger because this is where the danger zone would happen. If the fence is not involved in your cut when you're when you're cross cutting, the scrap that you cut off, just make sure that fence is way clear, way out of the way, and you'll have no problems. This scrap can bounce against the fence. It's not going to kick back because it's not going to pinch. If it does if it hits the blade a little bit, it might kick off a little bit, but there's no serious risk of kickback there. Another thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of is I want to reiterate the hand motion. You got to keep pressure down to the table, and you got to keep this tight to your miter gauge. If this slides around at all, your cut's not going to be straight. So it's important to make sure that you have your grip tight to your miter gauge. And the reason why we call it a miter gauge is because this can loosen up and you can rotate this different degrees. So I cut it at 90, which on the miter gauge it shows 0, but you can lean it over here at 45 or 15 or 33 or whatever you want to do. But when you're doing cross cuts and you want that 90-degree angle, you can set it to 0 and cut it. So that is my demonstration for cross cutting on the table saw, and I hope this helps.